Welcome back, fellow coders. Jared O'Leary here with BootUp. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create some player controls. So these first example of 4 examples, it makes it so that when we press an arrow key, we're going to point in a direction and then move in that direction. So in this case, I'm pressing up, and then we're going to look up and then move. For down, we look down, move. Left, look left, right, look right. So when we do this, we can make Scratch-Cat look up and move with the up arrow. Here's the right arrow, down arrow, and left arrow. Okay, now you may notice that I'm having to tap a lot, so I'm going tap, 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 in order to make it move. If I press and hold, it takes a while for a Scratch-Cat to actually move around the screen. So it's not very smooth. Now, this second option, it uses the same idea of pressing the arrows, but instead of using point and direction and move, it's using the X and Y coordinates for that. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So this backdrop in Scratch that's built into it, it actually shows you the X and Y coordinates. So if you move up for Y, you're going positive, so 180. So we're going all the way up, and you'll notice this number right here is moving up as I go up. And if I go down, the number gets smaller. So we say change Y by minus amount, and that makes it go down. Now for the left and right, it's using X for the coordinates. So X 240 all the way to negative 240. And if you watch my mouse, when I move to the right, it's getting bigger. And if I move to the left, it's getting smaller. So we can use these with the arrow keys to make it so we can move down, move up, move left, and move right, all using the X and Y coordinate planes. But again, it still has the problem of when you press and hold, it takes a while for a Scratch-Cat to actually move all the way across the screen. But I'm no longer flipping upside down when going to the left because I'm not pointing in that direction. Now, the third option that I'm showing in this video is using a forever loop to check to see if you are pressing the keys. So this is basically the same code as before, but instead of using the event block to make it so that we're checking the keys, we're actually using an if block, which is one of these control blocks. And then we just put this inside of it. We just changed the arrows. Okay, so watch how this one works. So when I tap it, it's moving just like before, but if I press and hold, it moves way smoother. Now I can actually go diagonally without having to tap it a bunch of times, and as soon as you press and hold it, it starts moving immediately. So this gives you a really good smooth control over your character. Okay, so I got another thing to show you. The last option that's on here is where you use an OR block with the same code that I just showed you in option 3. This makes it so that you can use the arrow keys to move around, or you can use these other keys. So some players prefer to use the W, A, S, and D keys, so that way you can move with your left hand while controlling the mouse with your right hand. So you can give the player the option to either use the arrows or control it with their left hand. So this is the more complicated option, but all you have to do is just use an OR block and then put 2 of these key press blocks inside of it. And you just got to figure out which 2 different keys you want to use. So for instance, maybe the letter C and space. Then you simply just take that and put it inside of an if block, like this. So again, 4 options. Option number 1 is to point in a direction and move. Option number 2 is to use the X and Y coordinates. Positive Y is up, negative Y is down. Positive X is right, negative X is left. You can look at these numbers on here or just follow with the mouse down here and find that. The third option is to do the same idea but inside of a forever loop with an if blocks. And then the last option is use OR to give players multiple controls.